Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. It feels actually quite pleasurable to sit here talking to you right now. The last time we was here was pre-Bologna, and you know, obviously the doom and gloom amongst the fan base, the club, etc., which is still there. It really is still there. But ultimately, to be sat here following on from a win, there's positives to take from that victory, wasn't there? And I'm hopeful that the Villa will take that into today's game, and we will see a better performance in the Premier League today. We need a result today. We definitely do. Teams around us are picking up points. We're starting to drift off a little bit. And I'm not talking about from the pack around. I mean from the Europa League places, the Champions League places, the teams that we need to be competing with for next season for European football. They're starting to get a bit of a gap from us now. So we need to start picking up results, and today is a massive game for that. But I want to see a performance. That's what I want to see. I want to see the boys put in a real good performance and show that we are still a really good football team. Ollie Watkins needs to get a goal today, I think, for his confidence, and obviously the Morgan Rogers piece. What I really hope for from today's game, because Rogers will start, he will 100% start, and I think Unai Emery would be wrong if he doesn't start him, especially after the cheering situation. I want to see Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins have a good performance today. I want to see a Watkins goal, but more so what I want to see is I want to see the fans get behind them, because they're clearly struggling with confidence, and they're our two key players. Realistically, they provided us most of our goals and assists last season. We need to get behind them and support them, because they're clearly struggling at the moment, and this is our job as fans now to get behind them and support them along the way to get back to where they need to be. So on that note, let's get to Villa Park. Inside Villa Park ahead of Aston Villa versus Fulham, and I cannot wait for this one. The team news is really strange. I'm a bit confused as to why Boubacar Kamara's dropped to the bench. I'd imagine potentially it's to do with managing his minutes. Effectively, he has just come back from injury. I was a bit disappointed not to see Pau Torres and Jadon Sancho, but on a positive, really happy to see Harvey Elliott in from the start. So yeah, it should be a good game today. The weather is absolutely banging. Villa Park looks beautiful as always. We'll flip around the camera so you can have a look. Look at this. What an absolute theatre we play in for football. Unbelievable stadium. One of the best in the world. So yeah, interesting team selection. Unai Emery never seems to not surprise me with his team selection. But as always, we'll get behind the boys in claret and blue. I'm just really hoping the guys get behind Morgan Rogers as he is in from the start today. He looks like he will be off that left-hand side with Harvey Elliott playing the 10 role. Really interested to see how they get on together, and hopefully Ollie Watkins can grab a goal. So I'll be back at half-time, have a little bit of a breakdown at half-time, and then back full-time, hopefully after an Aston Villa win. As always, up the Villa. And it's half time from Villa Park, and Aston Villa are drawing 1-1 against Fulham. And really, it was quite a weird half. We had, to be honest, Fulham had chances. They probably should have had a penalty through the Matty Cash handball. Would have been potentially a little bit harsh. I don't know what else he's meant to do with his hand there, but I could see why it would have been given. Sorry, you get them in the Premier League. The fact that we haven't been given a penalty against us, we'll take that as a win. We could have had another goal ourselves. John McGinn had a big chance, which he really should have been scoring. Real bad miss. But the big plus for me is Ollie Watkins. He's off the mark. Sorry, he's got his goal. I really fancied him to score today, and it was a lovely goal, lovely lob over the keeper. Good run, good ball into him by Conter as well, and it's just a really good goal. It looks like Emi Buendia is going to be coming on at half time. I'm not sure who for. That's a bit of a strange one for me. Maybe Evan Gesson. I don't know, but why is Emi Buendia coming on? I hope I eat my words and he has a fantastic second half, but this game's there to be won. Fulham ain't great. Raul Jimenez has come off injured now, so they're not playing with an out-and-out striker. Adama's playing up top. Harry Wilson moaning at everything. They've got multiple players on a yellow card. I'd be very surprised if they end the game with all 11 men on the field. So, yeah, interesting second half to come. Hopefully the Villa can get over the line and get the much needed 3 points, because we do need a result today. Final one from me, up the Villa, and let's hope the second half is a good one for Villa. It's all over. Aston Villa beat Fulham 3-1, and you know what a relief. We are off the board. We have got our first 3 points of the season and 3 goals at that. What a pleasurable afternoon at Villa Park. For Ollie Watkins, look back to his best. He was very, very good. I'll tell you what, I'd say about 85%. He's not fully where the Ollie Watkins we know he can be, but he gave Joachim Anderson and Calvin Bassey an absolute torrid time today. I thought we were good all over the pitch. Defensively, we were very good in the midfield. Lamar Bogard and John McGinn, proper captain's performance. I thought he was brilliant. He took his goal so well, and you could just see the relief on the players when we got in front, because it looked like it was going to be one of those afternoons when we conceded so early, and you could just feel it go a bit flat, the atmosphere. But the players, to be fair to them, fair play, they raised to the occasion. I thought Morgan Rogers was a little bit better. Not to the Morgan Rogers that we know he can be, but he was definitely better. He got an assist as well for the Buendia goal, and just ultimately 3 points, that's all that matters. I think what we need to build on now is build on the confidence, and take it into the final game, take it into the Burnley game, and start to get a bit of momentum behind us now. I'm absolutely buzzing. It's been a good afternoon. Finally a win on the board, and yeah, what can I say apart from up the Villa?